Good afternoon, everyone. Yay. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Good to have you here. Good to have Shauna Lynn here. Yes. She's like, I'm out of here. I can't deal with this. She threw her stylus down, flipped the table. What do you mean it's not starting now? Who's this YouTube? Where are they filming? Anyway, so thanks for joining us. And yeah, you gave away.
Yeah, I gave away a brush pack. So
yeah.
The two people that got the word nowhere right, DM me. Did you say it was Tim and Claire?
Yeah, Tim and Claire.
Yeah, DM me.
Because that's,
I will send it.
I just want to point out that is what you're doing. So I'll switch to the tablet and
Peter.
G5. Perfect. So this is what she was working on in the meantime. So congratulations on our guessing game. And welcome back. Welcome Peter. Peter Del Tondo's been a streamer with us. Yes, awesome. So good to have you here. So you do typically sell your brushes?
I do. They're at creativemarket.com/Shauna Parmesan.
Shauna Parmesan.
Yeah.
I love it. That just makes me smile. Every time I think of it,
Yeah?
I just love the name. Shauna Parmesan.
It's because it was easier than
Panczyszyn,
using the last name.
Is that how you say it, right? So you can kind of find out more about her. You can always click the info tab. You can click the follow button. Follow her on Behance. Follow her on Instagram and everywhere else because that's where Shauna Parmesan everywhere else.
Yep.
Cool.
Pretty easy to find.
Yes. And so, yeah, we have portfolio reviews. We will still be doing those. Sorry we cut into your time, but you're actually still working away. This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was having fun, so figured I'd just keep going.
Yeah, I really like your color choice.
I like drawing in really colorful pencils because it makes it more fun.
Yeah. What does that say? Imagination?
Imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it we go nowhere. Carl Sagan.
Ah.
I love me some Carl Sagan in science.
Carl Sagan. Nice.
Yeah. Plus he gets so excited about science. It's like watching a giddy child.
That's awesome, to be just passionate and, it sucks, as people get older, they tend to get a little bit more jaded and it's hard to, sort of keep that passion. So.
Yeah, so it's nice when you see people that just genuinely love what they do. That is the wrong pencil. I was using an eraser.
Oh, yeah. And you do still stream, or do you stream on Twitch? I know you're pretty busy these days, so I don't know if you're doing it as much.
I do intermittently. I do a lot of those no mic, no cam streams, and a lot of it is because I'll do it first thing in the morning when I'm not pulled together, and I don't want people to see that. I don't want to subject them to seeing that.
So it's no mic, no camera, maybe some music, who knows, but...
Yeah, there is music.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually smooth jazz.
I love that idea of just hey, you can watch me work, but...
Yeah. You can watch me work, but I'm going to be my little introvert self and not interact back.
You are actually pretty good at interacting and drawing and everything. It probably depends on the level of thing that you're doing. But
yeah, well, and I think it helps too. If I'm around people who are introverted, I'm just as introverted. But if I'm around people that are a little more extroverted, it's a lot easier for me to kind of mimic that and put it out there.
Yeah, this totally works. It looks like a larger sort of poster.
Yeah, I'm drawing 9x13, and it's... Oh, don't tell me on my keyboard. No, there we go.
Do you know Peter Del Tondo from Creative South?
I do. I actually met him on the internet prior to Creative South because he was very active on Twitter, and we were chatting back and forth, and then he was the first person that I met at my first Creative South. He walked up and he's like, "Are you Shauna?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Hi, I'm Peter." And then we just hugged. And immediately following, Mike Jones walked up and he's like, "Welcome to Creative South." Bear hugged me and kept walking.
Nice. I hear it's, again, super fun. Big family there at Creative South. Right?
It's a giant family reunion. It's wonderful. I drew on a Bentley this year.
You what?
I drew on a Bentley.
You drew on a Bentley?
Yes.
Really?
I was one of I think we had 7 people total by the end, but we all drew on a Bentley.
Wow.
A car that's worth more than my life, and they entrusted us with markers.
Thanks, Peter. Peter says he has a ticket for me. Thanks, man.
You should come.
We should do more there. I think even us as Adobe should do more. We've been devoting so much to live streams. We're trying to reach as many people as possible.
You could do Adobe Live at Creative South. That would be fun.
No, yeah. Put them on the road. And speaking of, Adobe Live on the road next week, I guess we will be on the road, essentially broadcasting from 99U in New York City. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. We're still working on the schedule, but essentially next week, Thursday and Friday. And it's like a packed schedule, so it's going to be awesome. They're actually going to live stream some of the talks. I'm not sure. We're still working out all the details, but that's like where everybody's showing up to, and there's just going to be like a ton of people in 2 days, so it's going to be good.
That's really awesome.
So yeah, totally down live streaming from pretty much anywhere as long as we have the bandwidth. That's the big thing, because we want the quality to come in nice and clean so we could see, your beautiful work, for instance.
Yeah. I just moved that I, and I'm going to I think I might redo this M. I'm going to come back to that.
Hey, Freddie. Good to see you as well.
Hey, Evan.
Welcome, Sarah. Sarah says me too. I'm not sure what she's referring to. Ooh, Peter actually has the Bentley photo too. Interesting.
Ooh, yeah, share that, because I don't think I have the photo of the Bentley.
Awesome. So, and you're just to kind of recap for people who are just joining us, just working in what, Photoshop?
Yep, working in Photoshop with brushes I've made. And I do all of my illustration directly in Photoshop.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
And what hardware are you working on?
Surface Pro 4, 256 gigabyte, 16 gig RAM, i7 core duo.
Okay, cool.
Possibly?
Nice.
Yeah. How long have I been lettering? Technically, since I was little. My sister found all my old journals, and I did a lot of bubble lettering in there. But like full time, I've been doing it for just over 5 years, and I've been interested in it as a career for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and I do just want to again just kind of do a shout out. You can go to ShaunaLynn.com.
Yep.
Right, and you can just kind of check out her work, and again, it's like fantastic stuff.
It's fun and bright, and it's like fun and bright like a child.
Yeah, and I love even this, like, because you did this on Monday. You were combining text with a photo.
Yeah, that's how I got started in lettering, was like the text and photo thing, and then it sort of phased out, and then it came back again, and I didn't jump back into the trend.
Okay. And maybe you'll open up that later, but essentially we're kind of reviewing your portfolio.
Yeah.
And
while you have that up, I can grab that.
Cool. We'd love for a chance to maybe review your portfolio. And again, we're going to focus on like lettering, kind of Shauna's, not necessarily your style, but something related to her that like she could do a good job of like judging, So
yeah.
Each of these segments is different. After Shauna, we have the guys from Just 3, and they do infographics. So we'll do more graphic design, flat illustrations there. But here, if you're doing any lettering, like if Felicia was here, I'd be like, hey, submit your portfolio. And what I mean by portfolio is behance.net/your profile name. That's usually your portfolio, and that's what we'll review in about probably less time than that.
I think Val says 45 minutes.
Cool. Perfect. 45 minutes. Awesome. Let me switch back to you, though.
Yeah.
Boom.
YouTube. We lost so much time. Yeah, so I did this on Tuesday. Tuesday, I was traveling Monday. Yeah, so we did this Tuesday, and I'm still watching this climb on my Instagram. I think this is now the most liked image, which is really weird. But it's
awesome.
Fun.
Yeah. You know what's fun about this? After looking at this and just even thinking back to Victoria Seymour's her broadcast this morning, if this was video in the background. What would be fun about this is if there were, like, you saw the cars traveling over, and usually you'd see the lights because it's dusk, and then you can see some of that splashing up onto the letters just a little bit.
Ooh.
That'd be fun, huh?
I wonder if she and I should collab on that sort of thing. 'Cause I bet she could make that happen if we found the right video.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, just like finding the right video.
Yeah.
Which you can totally do. So yeah, super fun.
That's
What was your first project as a professional?
my first project as a professional. I mean, technically as an intern, I did a bunch of stuff, but as a like full-time freelancer, jumped directly into the thing. It was a cover for an annual report for a company called Brain Juicer. And then
Brain Juicer, that sounds
Brain
gross.
Juicer. It was a marketing company in New York.
Oh, it's like a marketing company, Brain Juicer.
Yeah.
It's not a juice company.
No.
Because brain juice sounds gross.
No.
Sorry.
No.
But it's made from brains. How could it not help your brain?
Get
Sorry,
smart
that's
from
gross.
drinking it. We are going down the wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah, sorry about that. Alex has the right idea. So yeah, cinematograph of the cars moving down that bridge.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
We could do that.
Lettering in cinemagraphs?
You could send that to me and I can do something.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Is it easy to send to a Mac from PC?
I can send it. I can upload it to my Dropbox and send you a download.
Yeah, that would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because I was actually, I have a lot of the videos that we were working on earlier today.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, could totally do that.
We're gonna make this happen.
Bruno, if you would like that, says that would be wonderful. Also want to know what else you want to see. Any other questions you have? Did you draw on the walls as a kid?
I did. And my mama, she did not yell at me, and that's her proud mom moment.
I like it. She just went around, she just bought a bunch of empty frames and put them over the work on the wall.
Actually, it's funny because she found the photo, and it easily goes like the span of the table we have here. And it's just like as high as I could reach, but it was easily like a 4-foot wide drawing.
Oh, yeah?
And I apparently had a whole story for it. That's the part she doesn't remember. She just remembers kind of panicking and then not yelling at me. Brain Juicer, though, that was the first one I did for a client. And that was actually, I got that a week after I got fired. And they just found me. Like, I don't know how they found me, but it was a week after I got fired, and I got the call after I left the lawyer. So that was an awesome day. And
that is pretty cool.
then like a couple weeks later, I got an email and I got to do work for 3M Post-it Note. And that went briefly live, and then they killed the project after like our group of artists did it.
They're like, we can't top this. This is too good. We might as well just stop the project altogether.
I still have like the samples from that project. I don't use any of them because I don't want to I can't get them anymore. So.
You can't get the files anymore?
I have the files, but like it's actual printed like in Post-it note boxes.
Oh.
It's like super fancy and.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. So I had that, but. Yeah, so I had Post-it note, and then since then I've done some pretty awesome stuff like this.
No, it is way cool, and you make it look so easy, you know? And somebody did mention, I don't know, I think I heard iPad, you know, and again, we have people working different ways.
Yeah.
You know, I lean more toward this, you know, working directly in the full-on Photoshop CC.
I do too. I have an iPad Pro, and I was using Procreate on the airplane just because I had this like kind of way in the depths of my backpack, and it was easier for me to yank the iPad Pro out. I feel like Shauna got a bunch of bad news, and then all of a sudden the universe was like, actually, we're gonna make you a professional freelancer. Congrats. Yeah, and then 2 months later I got Teddy. So I went, when I got fired, I kind of went in with the like, this is gonna work. This isn't gonna fail. This is just gonna work, and I'm gonna be ridiculously positive, and everything's gonna work out just fine. And it did.
I love it.
And I got a dog out of it.
And she got a dog out of it.
My little rescue, he was the perfect like visual representation of what my life looked like. Because he was not cute when I got him.
Oh, really?
He didn't have much hair. He had a lot of like skin issues. He had a swollen eye. I look at pictures now and I'm like, dang, I don't know what I saw because you were not cute. It was like in that moment, I just wanted a dog so badly. And when I saw him, it was love at first sight. So but I look back, I'm like, you're the perfect visual metaphor of what my life looked like. And then once work started coming in, he started to fluff up and heal. So.
I'm looking for a video file that will work with that image, just for fun.
Do it.
We'll try to license it. It should actually be pretty easy to drop in. I mean, look right here.
Oh
Boom.
Oh, that's a perfect one. Do you want me to just like upload that stuff now?
Yeah, we'll just we'll switch over. I'll just kind of show everybody this, and while we're on my screen, if you want to share that via Dropbox. So, yeah, here it is. Again, this is like the perfect. This is like from that same like lookout point that they have up by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah,
so.
Actually, if you have a USB, I can quickly drop it on there.
Oh, let's do that.
Because that'll be faster.
Boop. Boop. Licensing that, and that's what we're doing right now. So, and I agree, Andrea. I think like there's no such thing as like an ugly dog, but I like mutts, like little mutt dogs. You know, like the patch on the eye, and like I love it. They're just because they're so happy. They're like, I'm a happy. Dogs are just happy.
They are. You can't go wrong with a dog.
You cannot.
All right, Control C.
Not at all.
I'll find your USB. We're gonna Control B.
Yeah, looks like the same picture again. Just kind of just syncing that or saving that to my computer, and yeah, that's about it. But this is a lot of San Francisco. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
I'm like 90% sure this is the correct file.
I'm getting a couple of them. All right.
Yeah, that should be it. Okay.
Cool.
So it's finishing. Let me eject this.
Yes, Mitch. Maybe someday. I'm surprised we don't have like. There's probably a bring your dog to work day here at Adobe or places. I actually want to know who is sitting there with a pet, either on your lap or next to you, or at least in the same room. Who's hanging out with a pet right now? If
you have a dog, go boop its nose for me right now.
Yeah, there you go. Back on you. Perfect.
I want all the dogs to have all the nose boops.
Yeah, who's hanging out with the dog right now?
Do imaginary pets count? I mean, sure. What's your imaginary pet?
Okay, there we go. Voodoo Val's chilling with 2 chihuahuas and a fish.
That works. That counts.
Yeah. There's like, so that's what's cool about, like, if you work for like a smaller agency or a smaller company, you just have all those little perks. Like, you know, everybody brings their dog because it's like, you know, it's just such a small environment. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, the place that fired me, they had an office dog, and it would just walk around all day. It'd just come and say hi and make its rounds, get little pats, and then go off and lay down.
That's kind of...
I had a glass desk.
What's that? Yeah.
And I was sitting there one day, and all of a sudden I looked down because I saw something walk up, and I jumped because I didn't expect the dog to show up.
Mm-hmm.
But she just sat there looking up at me through the desk.
That's awesome. No. I think that's really cute. It's like the dog goes into work, gets pets.
Mm-hmm. It does a very good job. It does a very good job being a very good pup.
Yeah, who's sitting there with an imaginary pet, apparently. Apparently that's a thing.
Double-headed python with a head on each end.
Is it Noel?
Yeah, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah. So somebody did mention, yeah, you can share Creative Cloud libraries. The issue is like, it's going to be watermarked if I try to purchase a file and send it to you, you're going to get the watermarked version.
Because I would have to purchase it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you export it just as the movie file...
Yeah, there's ways around it. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah. I mean, there is ways around it.
Yeah.
I'm onto you. I'm onto you.
Ignore the fact that, like, none of my stuff is named. None of my layers.
Oh, no, you're good. Like, that's a sign of, you know, a busy person. I never fault anybody for not naming layers. and honestly, not having a portfolio up to date. A lot of times, like if you don't have I get it. Like you are a working professional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got stuff to do. Today we do want you to update your portfolio because we're gonna have reviews. Oh yes, in 32 minutes, as it says just below us.
Is that like, yeah, right there. You have to like coordinate that sort of thing.
It is really hard. It's a lot harder than you think. That's good. Sarah Anderson has a cat, Felix. That's always by her side.
That's a good cat name.
Does Felix like walk on your keyboard? Like sometimes we'll want pets in the middle of a project. I feel like cats would do that.
Whenever Teddy sits on my lap, I end up using only one arm because I'll be sitting there and I'll be, hotkeys, shortcutting, and all of a sudden he'll just put all his weight on my arm, and so I have to sit and just like work one-handed at my desk.
You're like, I guess I'm working one-handed now.
Yeah, and if I'm working on this, it's one thing because it's touchscreen compatible and I can move things around with one hand. But when I'm at my desk, my Cintiq is not touchscreen, so it adds just like extra steps. And I'll sit there trying to move it with my fingers. I'm like, why is my screen not going?
Yeah.
And then I remember.
All right.
Oh, that's such a nice looking video.
Yeah. Isn't that nice and clean?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got such good contrast.
Yeah. I think this will work out pretty well.
Oh my god, and the perspective is perfect.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to take this because this video is probably pretty large.
Oh, if it came from an artboard, if you do transform, you'll find where it is. And then hit 0.
Oops.
Whoop.
Ah, good lord.
Command T,
And
then
what does that
Command
do?
O.
Go away. Well, the thing is, I just opened up a file. Yeah. So okay, I will work on this.
Okay. A naked cat? Oh, the hairless cats? The ones that are creepy and wrinkly?
They need love too.
They're cute. They're just I have a neighbor that has a Chinese crested and it has no hair, and it just feels really weird when you pet it. Chinese crested dogs are very strange looking.
I don't even know what that is.
They look like little old men.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got like really weird like sparse hair, and it just kind of like shoots up every direction. It's one of those like so ugly it's cute type of dogs. And it has to live off its personality.
Don't we all someday? It's gonna live off your personality. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. I get in trouble for opening up drinks on in live stream. Paco's always like, just give it to me. Give it to me. And I'm sorry about that loud noise. Cheers.
Is it at least a good drink?
Yeah, it is. It's Talking Rain. That's the problem. It's called Talking Rain. Like it's like we're not gonna hear it.
You open it up and it's like
Jokes.
rainforest. Rainforest noises. Dude,
All right.
I went.
Sorry, Noel. So sorry.
Thanks for popping.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I went ziplining in a rainforest once. 1010 would do it again, with the exception of the very last course we did, where they had us in the Superman position.
Oh, yeah?
When you're laying flat 500 feet over a forest and the guy at the end didn't catch you, so you flew back and just were hanging from a rope. Yeah, not fun.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Nope. I looked down and I was like, there's a forest. This is how I die. The rest of it was really fun. We got stuck on one of the courses and had to stand in a downpour because rainforest. and I fell walking down a set of stairs.
You did? And where was this?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because it's a rainforest, so everything was wet and slippery, and we were walking on clay. And I went to step down on a stair, and the stair was slick. So even though I was holding the railing, I went.
Oh, really?
I get injured
you gotta be
more.
Careful.
I get injured more just walking than I do on the ice.
You scare me.
It's special. It's a talent that not many people possess.
You're like, so you know how you're like zip lining through the rainforest? You know, like you do, like you're walking to go to work. You're like zip lining.
Special talent. No, but ziplining was cool. Like that I would do again. Not that Superman one. It was terrifying. Zach, that stuff happens to no one but Shauna. Yes. Yes, he's seen me like walk in person where I trip over air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. We need to keep you around.
I would like to stay around. I really would.
We need to keep you around, that's for sure. Okay, so I guess we will see what I can do with this.
And it has you have the mask is still on part of the lettering.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's gonna need some work, but yeah, essentially this is, a video. You can see everything kind of moving.
That's so cool.
I like the idea of actually, again, like this, I want to pick up light, so it's gonna be darker at the top. So
how would we do that?
just a little layer, I'm thinking a layer mask.
Yeah, and then just like some little like orbs almost going across.
Yeah, I guess animating this might be another deal is all.
Yeah.
So
It's cool though.
yeah, I'll think about it.
All right.
It needs some love.
I like where it's going though.
Oh, I have a great idea. All right. So, yeah, Daryl, we'd love to take a look at your Instagram. We'd also love to take a look at your whole portfolio, which is why we're doing portfolio reviews today. So just click that portfolio reviews tab next to chat. That'd be awesome.
I want to see some cool work, guys. Impress me.
Yes.
All right, so I've almost finished lettering this all out, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add some details to the ends of some of the letters, just to give them a little bit of variation. And I'm going to show you a cool trick so that you don't even have to go and like erase out like I have been doing.
Yeah, I like when you like start like filling in some of the letters. Like I don't know if you to use the paint bucket to do that.
Once I get the outline, yeah. And I use the bitmap brushes so that they don't alias weird.
Got it. Because I know if you're working on, say, like Adobe Illustrator Ideas, Adobe Illustrator Draw, sorry, Ideas the old version.
Oh, okay.
You could just do a long press with the tool you're drawing with, and it will fill it. So I like that long press on if you're on like an iPad.
That's cool. All right, so I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna Control Alt U. So I just knocked out the saturation, and then I'm just going to go here and I access levels, and then you get rid of all the stuff that was there. So cleaner lettering, done. Boom. And I think this is gonna end up being...
Yeah, don't mind that. I don't know what that was.
That sounded like thunder. That's That's what it sounds like in Florida.
Shakti wants to know, how do you do this? I think you're watching yourself do it, which is cool.
Yeah, so this is, instead of using like the Photoshop brush, I'm using the Photoshop pencil. And that way I can get some nice fills.
All right. What are the pros and cons to making animations in Photoshop and not After Effects?
I'm going to default that one to you because I don't know.
Yeah, I'll gladly tell you. So, I often refer to, so if you're doing little like sort of cinematograph style things like what we're doing here, it's just easier. It's almost like After Effects might be overkill. But the reason Photoshop has those video editing tools, because sometimes you need to actually edit sort of frame by frame. Imagine you have this magical moment that you filmed. It could even be just like a wedding ceremony, and you don't realize that there's a little fly that buzzes in. You can go through and kind of stamp that out. You could do some of those details that you can really only use Photoshop for, sort of frame by frame on video. But I use it as a gateway drug for After Effects, because eventually, you might want to just drop something into After Effects and do animation.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. It's like, Photoshop is your entry level point for doing some animation, and what's cool is it uses the same timeline. So you start in Photoshop and then you end up in After Effects.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like Daniel says, AE is heavy. So if you are doing something really small like this, it might be overkill for me to use After Effects. But really, a lot of times this is down to the tool that you know. It's like, do you really want to learn After Effects for something you could do very simply since you already know Photoshop?
Yeah.
So
I ended up teaching myself some of Premiere Pro, actually, because I had a friend, one of my friend's kids, asked me to help her with some video stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn how to superimpose the same person in the frame twice.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'd have to. That keying and all of that, yeah, you definitely need to.
Yeah, it was. The cool thing is I know how to do it now, but it was a lot of learning and a lot of trial and error until I figured it out. So here I'm just going in and adding in some little bits just to give it some visual interest. That looks like a bug pincher. I don't like that. We're gonna go back and get rid of those. I've read an article about my best friend 3 times this week already because she woke up with a bug in her ear and it's a story that went viral, so it got picked up by Self.
Yep.
And then it got picked up by Insider, and then it got picked up by the Today Show.
It's because of a bug creeped into her ear?
Cockroach.
A cockroach creeped in her ear. Where was this? What state was this?
Florida.
Florida? Really?
Yeah, apparently this is not like a common occurrence.
I hope it's
happened to
not.
her.
It sounds super scary, by the way. Was it just like a little baby cockroach clawed in? You're scaring me. Oh, man.
This is how she goes viral. I was like, I always assumed she'd go viral because she has a really cute Pembroke Welsh corgi. Nope.
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 No such luck. It's because a cockroach. It's like, hey, you look. Did I see you on the news the other day? Did a cockroach crawl into your ear? Is that what happened?
I love her. She's one of my biggest supporters, and so she always shares my work when it goes live. And now I posted it the other day, and I was like, look, I can finally share something you did.
Man, that's wild. That is just wild. And only in well, I shouldn't say only in Florida, but
Yeah.
Being from Colorado, where it's super arid, it's just dry, we don't have as many bugs. You always need to apply chapstick.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
All right, so this is where it's at now. I'm gonna add to imagination, and then I'm gonna start rendering this sucker out. I'll worry about the illustrations and stuff after the fact, because I don't know how much time we have left, and I want to make sure I get a good portion of this done.
Yeah. And I am still busy working on this thing. But
Ooh,
I'm
that
almost...
looks like chrome.
Yeah, that's kind of
like
cool.
That that like pearlescent stuff, the pearlescent paper. It's kind of a cool effect.
Yeah, I think I got it. So I think something, I'm trying to get the bottom to flash.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right, we'll just switch over really fast.
You guys, look at this.
So, yeah, so it's kind of messy. But anyways, so here it is. Let's just kind of pick this apart. But here's the original, right? And this is a video layer. And then I just... what did I do? Yeah, I just created a smart object of the video layer, applied a Gaussian blur to it. So that text is right here. So yeah. The text is right here. On top of that, I started layering on multiple layers, and that's kind of what we ended up with. But there's basically the video is playing inside of that text, so it actually should pick up these little like flashes and stuff. So anyway.
That is
You know
so
what worked out so well about this is like this
What?
composition is like perfect. Look at how that curve, the bridge, the text just kind of like rests on it. And I still have that issue right here because I need to
you just
take
have to,
that out.
You just have to go on that layer and delete the mask.
Okay. I might have more going on than just that, but I'll fix it.
Yeah, you just turn off both those masks and it'll bring it all back. Boom.
Oh,
Done.
cool. Easy. So, yeah, you got it.
Oh, that's fun. We're gonna have to share that on Instagram when you're
Yeah,
done.
I'll send it to you, and you can post it and get
tag
even
you.
more followers and people liking it and whatever people do. Back
tag
to
ya.
you.
Get your follower count increased. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. And this is going to be a really good loop, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's so fast.
Yeah, it does loop really well.
Yeah, it should be all right. There's a boat that passes under there, so this will be good.
Oh, that's so fun. Great idea. Because I never would have thought to throw a video under there. And now all the opportunities are open, and I'm going to have to try this more now.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of what's nice about this. I mean, we've been working with Photoshop all week, but in such different ways. And I think creative ideas, of course, come from, you know, mashing up different things.
Yeah.
You know.
There we go. So we have a nice little Carl Sagan quote going on here. I'm going to drop the opacity.
And if you are doing social media, that's why this graphic is great. And this is something Victoria was saying last night. The fact that this is taller, since you could put any size on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a smart size.
Yeah, because the one that I posted, the Star Wars one, I think if I go back, I may tweak it and throw like R2-D2 underneath. And then that way it'll lengthen the post versus...
Yeah. Think about the real estate on your phone. Again, this will take up 2/3 of the screen, as opposed to this video one's even worse, where it's like long, 16:9 video. Is this going to be a strip? It's going to be a fraction, well, half the size. Close to it. All right, Tim is signing off. Tim, what time is it there? I'm always curious.
I am too.
I think this must be the time he signs off.
Yeah, thank you for joining in,
Super
Tim.
late. He's in, I think, Germany.
Oh, wow. Oh, he changed his thing from Mo Beast back to Mo Best.
All right. Oh, so it's 11:15 p.m.
Oh,
Nice.
that's early. The night is young, Tim.
The night is he's going out to party. He's not going home. He's going to party.
The night is young.
He never stops partying.
Are you a game?
I like talking trash and spreading rumors as soon as he leaves. Just kidding, not really.
Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
Me, no.
Oh, it's like okay. I was gonna say, 'cause if I quote it and adjust the quote, you won't get it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't get it.
Oh.
Trust me, I got an HBO subscription thinking, oh, I'm going to go ahead and start watching it. That and Silicon Valley, and I have not watched Game of Thrones.
I had to watch it like 5 separate times to fully understand what was going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have like 5 different stories going on at the same time, so it's a bunch of characters, and the first couple times they look way too much alike for me to figure them out.
Ah.
It's a lot of like, it's just like men with beards, and I'm like, I don't know who is who. So many of you look too much alike.
Who are all these guys with beards?
Yeah,
But
like,
I think
what
that's what's
purpose do you serve?
fascinating is like, I don't know, you want to build intrigue without making people feel lost.
Yeah.
I think any show needs to do that. You know, it's like if you take, you know, again, we got Voodoo Val here, but Star Wars, A New Hope was number 4. There's already a backstory that you kind of jump in midway. There's already history and stuff here, which makes it really captivating.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, this is super interesting. But
She's-
Game of Thrones, you're just lost because there's like entire people groups. You're like, what? I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, and Val's quoting it because there's a scene where there's a nun and a bell, and she goes, "Shame, ding-a-ding, shame, ding-a-ding."
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's a gift too, so it's fantastic. I use it when people make me mad.
Men and women with beards in Game of Thrones. Just kidding.
Oh.
Maybe.
I
I don't know.
fell in love with Game. Yeah, I wish I caught on really quickly, but I also did the thing where I was listening to it while I was working, so I was only half paying attention. I think the first watch through. I just needed like background noise, and it was very strange background noise to have because it's a lot of war. And then I also like binge watch Shark Tank and Forensic Files, and Law and Order was my go-to for a while.
Law and Order.
Yeah, SVU, not any of the others.
And that's just background noise.
Basically, you look up
Hey,
when
guys.
the little like dun happens, and you're done. You know what's going on. As long as you look up during the dun, you know what's going on.
I like those shows where you can kind of tune in and out on. Like You
Yeah.
kind of jump in when it's interesting, kind of. But you can't do that with Game of Thrones. You're right.
No, Frasier you can. That's a fun one to just like listen to in the background because there's jokes that I didn't get when my parents used to have it on TV when I was a kid.
Frasier. That's going back. Somebody else mentions The Office. Alex binge watched The Office. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Because this is like, just humor, just fun. It's
Yeah.
good times.
Will and Grace is a good one. Good one to binge watch.
Yeah, thank you, Val. 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, about 8 minutes to get your portfolios in. We'll review. We wish we could review them all, but we'll be reviewing 2, kind of based on Shauna's, basically they'll be hand lettering style portfolios if we receive any. So that's the plan anyway.
So get your ish in.
The Office is leaving Netflix. I didn't know that. Andrea, you talking about the American version?
That's sad.
Chris, I wonder. You watch the In-Betweeners? Are you British or maybe overseas?
So many good things leave Netflix, but they finally have they have a lot of good historical drama movies on. So I'm very happy about that. Like they added The Duchess, and that made me really happy. And I've probably watched it 5 times in the last 2 weeks.
And yeah, we got Just 3 up next. Jesse Thomas, Taylor Crisdell. They're right over there. They'll be by in about 30 minutes. Christian asks, why would you create in Photoshop or draw in Photoshop as opposed to something like Illustrator?
Because I don't like vectors.
Yeah.
Now, there are people that can do Illustrator really well, and that's not me. I don't enjoy pen tooling. And with this, I'm able to get like these really nice edge textures so that if I were to turn off my sketch layer, like you'd see it's got a lot of character to it that if I were in Illustrator, it would clean it up way too much.
Mm-hmm. But the nice thing is like, at least with your style, it's so clean. Like, it's very still black and white. You can actually, bring this into Illustrator, vectorize it, and it would still hold up really well, I feel. If you wanted that smooth, hard-edged look.
Well, and I have a live trace setting that I pulled together and saved so that if I do have clients that request vector, because every now and then I do get that, I will go and use that setting, and I just draw the file really big so that I do get the texture still in there. Yesterday you did some clipping mask situation with colors. Can you quickly illustrate how you did that? Yes, I can. Let me turn off my thing here. So if I were to do this, I can either go to the little adjustment layer icon down at the bottom of my layers palette, and I can go solid color. I'm gonna pull something. Let's not do red, let's do pink. Millennial pink. And you can either hit Alt and you hover in between, and if you hit Alt, you can set that in there, or you can right click and you'll go to create clipping mask and you'll set it up. And then at that point, you can use the layer mask here and you can carve things out. So like I can remove color from there, and it just, so this essentially just covers what I wanted to cover. Other option is I can do just a new layer, set it up as a clipping mask, and then I can go in and I can do stuff like this where I take like blue, and then I'll come around and I'll finish that circle and fill it. And then I can go do, well, that worked too. I was gonna draw it in, but like I can do stuff like that and have it as a clipping mask. And then if I release it, you'll see that it's just a whole bunch of color in the background.
I like it. You do have a lot of control here. And even on that note, yeah, I mean, you can compare this to, there's also Photoshop Sketch, on the iPad. There's Adobe Illustrator Draw as well. And again, they all produce like a different look, which is interesting. So,
and with Photoshop Sketch, I do like that you can pull in the Photoshop brushes.
Yeah.
And like I've tested mine on there and they work really well. I just haven't spent enough time in the program to actually figure out how to use it fully.
All right, here's your, I'm giving you these files. Boop.
Sweet.
We're sharing, we're collaborating, we're learning from others. You've learned even from watching other streams. Like again, we talked about Victoria. You learn tons of tips from Nathaniel Dodson, like Tut Vids. Just like he just gives, sort of tip after tip. So
he's a machine. He just goes and goes and goes.
He does go and go and go.
He's like the Energizer Bunny.
He does. He's pretty well rehearsed.
I come
it's
in
tight. It's a tight program.
Yeah. Like I've been sitting there for like the last 10 to 20 minutes, the last 2 days of his streams, and I just sit there and I'm like, this man is gonna make us all look bad.
And it's a lot of information, but it's not like overwhelming.
Yeah, he definitely keeps it like in concise enough little nuggets of wisdom, but I mean it's a lot of information that he throws at it.
Yeah.
But it was fun watching him do the fried chicken explosion.
Okay, nice.
That was fun.
He does such a good job of like doing something based on an objective. Like this is what we're gonna make, You know, so you kind of know what you're going for, as opposed to like, let me show you what the healing brush, you know, can do.
Yeah.
You know, everything is done with a purpose. Like, how would you do X? It's all objective based.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to tackle things like this.
What's this millennial pink you speak of?
Did you ask that, or did someone else ask that? Oh,
Somebody does ask that. But no, it's a good, it's a valid question, because I think we talk about it and we kind of tease about it a little bit.
yeah. So it's a trend thing. So like rose gold was the big thing for a while, and I live near Disney, and Disney likes to capitalize on trends. So for a while, the big thing was to find these rose gold sparkle ears, and like they'd get them and sell out in minutes. And they ended up like it kind of eventually faded out of style because suddenly everyone had them. And then suddenly now they decided we're going to do millennial pink. So it's this like pale baby pink. They're making spirit jerseys out of them. They've made ears out of them. They even have a millennial pink cocktail at Disney Springs.
Oh, really?
And my friend and I are here for it. We're going to go find it.
Where is it at?
Disney Springs. So
Disney.
it's what used to be downtown Disney in Orlando.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Do you get the pass? Do you like get a pass when you go there?
I have the annual pass to the parks, yeah.
What is the annual?
Yeah, so I can go basically whenever I want. I've gone before to just go draw in the parks.
And but don't you go to Universal Studios too?
I have a pass for there too.
Look at you.
It's much cheaper.
I was gonna ask because I know you're a Harry Potter fan.
So much.
Gotta go there.
So much. I go to Harry Potter weekend every year now, and it's awesome. They bring some of the cast in.
Nice.
So this past year they had Oliver and James Phelps were there. Ron and Fred, or not Fred and George Weasley.
Oh, okay.
My first year they had the guy that plays Ron Weasley there.
Nice.
They had the woman who plays Tonks was there, I think, this year. It was really cool. And then, of course, everyone dresses up. So I've got one friend I went to college with, he dresses up as Rodolphus Lestrange, which is Bellatrix Lestrange's husband. And his wife dresses up as Bellatrix, and she looks freaking legit. And they walk around the park in character.
Oh, that's cool.
But the best part is just seeing everyone's like cosplay and stuff at the park.
Do you dress up too for those big weekends? You have to. You got to put on your house's colors at least or something, right?
Yeah, I have a Hot Topic witch robe that I'm obsessed with, and I wore like really awesome boots this past year, and my jacket my robe thing has a wand holder in it too. And then I did an art drop in the park. So I did if you like on my website, I have a piece and it's a howler and it says, "Ronald Weasley, how dare you steal that car?" And I did it the night before, printed out a bunch, and I had every intention of hiding them all around Harry Potter, but it rained all day. So I did not.
All right, looks like the time's up. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Time's up for the portfolio submission deadline.
All right. Hope you guys got your portfolios in.
That is the deadline. All right. So we have essentially a couple portfolios that we're gonna like kind of dive into. So we're gonna.
Cool. Let me just back out of this real quick. See what
That's
we
looking
got
really
done.
really good. And we'll hopefully come back and just take a last look at this and your the piece you did yesterday would be nice.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of recap the week.
Yeah. Cool.
So, all right, we're gonna switch over to Behance portfolio reviews right now. Stuff's floating. All right, hey, here we are in space. Yes, we had to be this far out to view these awesome portfolios, and we have two picked. They're right behind us. Look, really on this fancy monitor and everything. I think they're safe to breathe.
Yeah. It echoes in there.
Let's keep, maybe, can we keep,
There we go.
can we keep oh, that's a little large, but we'll set this down
Yeah.
and dive into this. So yeah, please help me here. I'll kind of tilt this way. And,
Okay.
we have
I'll move
two
my little
fantastic
keyboard.
portfolios, and it looks like we are reviewing Tima Aflitunov. Hopefully, Tima, you're here. Let me know how to pronounce that, where you're from. It does say Baltimore, Maryland. I'm kind of wondering, it sounds like kind of like an Eastern European name.
I like that URL, sharpbubble.com.
Sharp Bubble. That is really good.
It's like, what is that called when you have two things that are contrasting? There's like an actual grammar word for that.
Oh, not just contrasting. No, I'm just joking. But that is really cool. I like Sharp Bubble. Like, everybody can spell it. It's easy. All good.
Yeah.
And good job. Like, very consistent. I usually kind of start down here. Featured in MICA portfolio. Sure, that's like an art school, something
Maryland
maybe.
Institute. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard of MICA. I just can't
College
tell you
of
what
the
it
Arts.
stands for.
Illustration, art direction, editorial design. About me, Earthling. Likes to art. Keep it simple.
I like it. That's a nice and concise.
Yeah, I like it.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah, so good. So we'll check that out at some point. In fact, I'll load that up. Let's zoom back out and dive into this. Tima, it's looking good. Hopefully you're with us. Kind of keeping an eye on the chat. Just holler if you are. Oh, there you are.
Awesome.
Tashkent. Okay, so anyways.
I don't know what that is.
This is really,
color.
yeah.
I love. Can we look at this?
So strong, just like overall, fantastic. Ooh, this Adobe Live Challenge?
Yeah, let's click it.
Ooh, let's do it. This is the very first one, Adobe Live Challenge. Create and share.
Oh, that texture.
Animal shelter.
I like that it looks like a Rizzo print.
I love this. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect setup. And this was actually a couple weeks ago, so we invite you to create and share an illustration that we used.
Oh, I
for
remember
your
this.
local-
This was Meg Hunt's week.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It was like, just a couple weeks ago.
That was so good. Oh, I love this. I love the use of the pattern, the color. It looks like a Rizzo print, which is really fun for me.
Yeah, I like it. It's just such an interesting little view. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't. It's probably a tough composition to pull off, but this works quite well.
Yeah.
You know, they cut off their head. This is kind of like how pets see us, like often staring at our shoes. You know what I'm saying?
They see us like when we turn on our front-facing camera at the wrong point.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, oh God, it's the worst thing I could have done. Oh, that's fun. Oh, it's like he's like a hill and a house.
Very nice.
I like it. Oh, these are really lovely. Oh, that's so nice. Look at all that movement.
Yeah. Super fun to look at.
I think the only thing I see is just this is a little hard to read, the lettering MD, and then I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a letter in between PCA.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing an S.
Yeah, like I can tell it's supposed to be like a collar, but it's not 100% reading that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is that an S? Is it a collar? Like, is it
Yeah.
MDS? I guess it's an S either way, but is it a 5?
But I love this, how it makes the A with their bodies.
Yeah.
I love the stylization. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, great style. Yeah, we're totally appreciating this project.
Yeah.
And I was kind of curious, like, what you used for this project. Would like to know.
That looks like it might be one of Kyle's copier brushes.
So, Oh,
SPCA. That's what that's supposed to be.
SPCA.
So, yeah, I'd say if you're going to do that with that S, adjust it so it's a little more legible or make it a little curvier so it does read a little more like an S. But
exactly. Just some little adjustments there.
Yeah, but I really like how it's done. Or make the whole collar the, SPCA.
Yeah, it's really good, though. I mean, definitely won. What was it?
Yeah, did you win?
Or
did you win one that time?
didn't even win? What was going on that day? Who's judging these? Who's picking these?
I demand a recount.
I demand, exactly. But I'd say if it is done in Photoshop or whatever, because here you could have used any number of these, if you just tagged it there, and that will surface it to like the Photoshop teams and other people who are searching on your name in Baltimore that might want to freelance with you or work with you.
If you edit your project, make sure there's like 3 tabs at the top of the edit, and when you get to the very last step, and you go through and you choose where you choose like your equipment and stuff. So you can even choose like the type of computer you use, and programs and stuff. So
this is great. So I just clicked on this one, Pages of Adventure.
ooh,
Illustration, art direction, character design, children's book illustration.
some really nice movement as well. I love how the clouds are contrasty in color. The only thing that's throwing me off is that these look like they're repeats.
The tail.
Yeah,
Or-
right in the tail. They don't feel like, they kind of feel like they're competing with that tail. So I'd either like do one or the other, like one cloud in the moon or one cloud out of the moon right there.
But I absolutely love this detail right in
Oh,
here.
wow.
This is like so fantastic. It's
That's
like nothing but hard work.
amazing.
It's nothing but work.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Tima won twice that day.
Nice.
Okay, well now we don't feel sorry for you anymore. That's for sure. Like, why are you taking all the prizes?
No
See how we
recount.
flipped the other way?
No recount at all.
Why are you taking all the trophies home there, man?
Yeah. Oh, he did. He's got featured in Micro for this one.
Oh, nice. Appreciate.
Very nice.
As you should. Love seeing this stuff too, huh?
Yes.
That's super fun.
That's the one great thing. Like with Behance, that's one thing I'm trying to do right now is use it more as a case study place.
Okay.
So the way that, and like you can do so much with Behance right now, but use do your case studies and actually show the process of things, because it makes your compositions and stuff just that more interesting.
Yeah. I just clicked on the latest one. So
Yeah.
series of illustrations about fascinating. Oh, Tima, if you want us to actually select one, let us know, and
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye on the chat if you're like particularly proud of a project. Loves me not. One by one she tore out her petals. As everyone,
Oh, I love this.
one bit of him wore her like medals. To share a part of yourself with another. Nothing else to share.
This is deep.
Well, that was super deep. Wow. I don't know. That's super deep and awesome.
Is that supposed to be about online dating? Because that's accurate.
This is so good.
My favorite,
I'm
though.
moved by this, by the text.
Yeah.
This
Is my
poem.
favorite.
This one right here.
This is just a beautiful, beautiful composition. I love how you have the vines and the thorns sort of coming in
Mm-hmm.
there as a element leading your eye.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. Consistent and well balanced. All of these are like
Yeah.
very well
You
balanced.
have a very, very nice sense of movement.
Yeah, movement and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and again just like composition. It's so good. Yeah. So if you have any other ones, let's just kind of
Yeah, do you
check,
have any
Tim, if you
others?
want us to point out or open up one. Otherwise, we'll kind of move on. We're doing pretty good on time.
Yeah.
Again, just totally into your portfolio, man.
Yeah. Really nice use of color, nice use of movement.
I love this interesting border, like this sort of natural
Ooh.
border.
I do like that. The colors in this are so nice. I love that really jewel tone pop against a dark background. Because it's easy to jump to just like neons, but when you go with jewel tones and things that you don't normally see.
And again, I agree with your earlier comment too, as well. Like how I want to know how he did some of these gradients here too.
Yeah.
You know,
Because the gradients even, they flow so nicely.
totally works. And yeah, I mean, tell me kids wouldn't just love.
Yeah, this would
Looking
be a
at this.
beautiful children's book.
So nice. Look at how of course you have that yellow spilling onto the monkey.
Oh my god, and it's so subtle.
Yeah, so good.
And I like this dragging to, it's pulling your eye.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because then that color shows up again in her pants. It's just guiding your eye really nicely.
Yeah, you're right. Like lots of movement.
That's
Fantastic. Oh, there we
lovely.
go. Tagged. Okay, here we get a little
Good,
bit
yeah.
more. Wacom tablet and a
Yeah.
pencil.
Guys, in general, do that for all your stuff because you never know who's gonna like find your work and share it somewhere.
Yeah. You never know when you're like on Adobe Live and, we're looking at your portfolio. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic, Tim. I could spend all day on yours, but I want to make sure we give Mel so is it okay if I move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mel Wolverson. Mel, you are up next. Tima, congratulations,
Yes.
by the way. You are fantastic. We just bow to you. And to Mel. This is actually a little
Yeah.
more filled out. This is good. So University of Missouri, Columbia. I've been
Okay.
there. Mel, do I know you? I don't know. I've spoken there before. An IT trainer for the University of Missouri. Okay, this is good to know.
Nice.
Teaches all these products. Okay, an instructor. Started as an illustrator, moved to photography, composites, now creeping back into illustration. Cool. I like it. It's very plain English. Love it.
And I like that you said available for contract jobs as time allows, because like there are often, if a client sees your work, I've found, at least personally, people will see like my work, they like it, and then they go, oh, I assumed you were busy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't assume.
Yeah.
Don't assume, because I have room. I'll fit you in.
Yeah.
So it's good to share that you have availability.
Yeah, like if you want to pick up work, it's okay to ask. And I think even on the note for Tima's portfolio, the whole idea of like, hey, if you want freelance work, available for freelance work, still be punny and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this is good. So let's take a look right here. Good. I really like concise portfolios.
Me too.
Like I'm not
less
overwhelmed.
is more.
Yeah, I totally think less is more.
Well, and like you're always going to get hired for the work that you put out there is what you're going to get hired for. And if you don't like what you put out there, you're going to get hired for that thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just that's the rules. Like if you put it out there and you hate it, that's exactly what people are going to hire you to do. Ooh, that color. Is that a painting?
Following you.
Or is that a photograph? Is that a
photograph?
photograph?
It's photos, right?
But that's gorgeous. Look at that fish.
Little boop. Oh, that's fun. You can click through all of these.
How majestic.
This is
My
really
dad
good.
would love this one. My dad is obsessed with dragonflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see, man. Amazing.
They're gorgeous.
Very cool. Yeah. Following
Those
you.
are really nice.
Like you said, kind of start out Illustrator, moved to
Yeah.
photography, then is getting back into, let's do lettering since you're here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what nice texture.
Playing with iPad brushes. Okay, this is using a sketch. Let's see if I can take a look.
That's nice. So right off the bat, like the texture's fantastic. I'd say the one thing is some of the shadows are receding a bit too much, so it's a little more abstract. And while I can see love, if your contrast on your computer screen is down too much, it's kind of like there's no word actually there. So I definitely say if you want to push this a little further, you can do the recession, but I would kind of pull it back just a little bit so it's there. I would highly recommend looking at like Ian Barnard's work. He does work like that where he does a lot of brush lettering, and he does that where it's got a lot of layering on top and a lot of like receding and foreground stuff.
Yeah.
But I really like.
Yeah, this is great. And I do say I do like when there is like missing pieces. So there's that.
Yeah.
There's always going to be an implied line, and you did it in pretty much all of the right places.
I think the only place that's really kind of thrown me off is just in this L.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that you can still keep that break in between. Just bring what's in the background up just a little bit so it continues to read like a cursive L.
Yeah, just a touch. But otherwise, like, don't overwork this piece.
Yeah,
And
the
keep it
composition
loose
is
and
really
fun.
nice.
Let's see. I don't know if there's any. Oh, here we go. That's
it's
fun.
a dinosaur.
Just a little X taking a trip.
Welcome to the
Wits. Close that
Nice.
out.
I like that.
Yeah, lettering for fun. Good for you.
Yeah.
And we don't mean to, judge too much just for something for fun, but we're just more impressed by that than anything. And it's cool that.
I love when anyone decides to try lettering, because really, like, it's not easy.
And so, and this is probably a similar comment you'd have. I'd say for all of these thumbnails, this is something I'm taking from Victoria, you can do a nice crop of that brush stroke or something, or a piece of it, and that would be super intriguing.
Yeah.
Same thing with the firefly, or the
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly, thank you. So, okay, we'll click on one more.
Okay. Do you have one in particular you want us to see, or do you want us to just kind of
Do we go
pick
to the
arbitrarily?
latest?
I keep looking at this Thrive to Survive one, or Thrive Not Survive.
Let's do it. All right. A poster advertising training options at the University of Missouri for internal marketing.
So it looks
Thrive,
like,
not just survive. Okay, cool.
So it looks
Pre-adjustments. Oh, this is like pre-adjustment.
Okay,
right
so
out
it
of
looks
the
like
iPad.
she used a chisel brush, And the one hard thing with a chisel brush, especially in Survive trying to make it look like wood planks, is if you were to stack wood planks, they would be like this. They wouldn't be like this. They'd be flat against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't want to have one sort of like at a weird angle. But you can play with like the widths of them as long as they're all flat. So I would say that would be like my biggest change. And then just add a little more texture in there so it looks like wood planks.
Reverb mic. Sorry, we've been kind of ignoring we're just so enthralled with this portfolio.
Yeah.
That's good. If it's hard to read, we remember it better. If it's hard to read, that's something interesting to think about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but the fact that we talked about it for a bit kind of stuck out in our mind. Maybe you're right. But yeah, this is good. Yeah, just continue to work on it. Work on do your thing. Create.
Yeah, it's like that quote from Mean Girls: "Don't let the haters stop you from doing your thing."
Oh, here we go.
Oh, cute.
Progression.
Oh, he's like Pac-Man.
I'm coming to eat ya.
I like this sassy A in the middle.
The A's like, whatever.
Yeah, the A's like,
Why are you freaking out?
Yeah, they're gonna eat you, not me. You guys are the ones freaking out. If he can't see me, I'm not. It's like that thing. If you see a bear, you're supposed to stay really still.
And scream. No, just joking. Don't listen to me.
Just like make yourself look bigger.
Oh, good. It's fun.
Oh,
Looks like you're having fun.
I like that. That looks like paint. Does she have like paint drips on there, or is that just like the brush? I think the only thing you could do to expand is just kind of add a little bit of like paint drips drawn on there.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And that way it looks like it was painted fast in the moment. But I like it.
Nice.
Nice layout too.
Yeah, good.
I would say right here with all the bold together, I'd increase the spacing between the lines. I think that's the leading. I had a
leading. Yep.
Okay. I learned typography post-college.
And I think for, anytime you have a lot of information, like try to reduce it to its bare minimum. So you don't need to do the periods in between the P and the M, for instance.
Yeah.
And just make it streamlined. You can even do tab in, make it clean lines and columns, easy to read, all that stuff. But good job. You're like all over the place, like photography.
Kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah, doing illustration, complete layout.
Yeah.
So super.
Very nice. Oh, she did some paint dripping here.
Oh, I love that.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is cool. Well, good job.
Nice
all
work.
Right.
The scream and the yawn.
I like it's like a table there or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Some nice texture.
It looks like you're having fun.
Can't go wrong.
That's for the I don't even know how to say the challenge that we had, Kyle T. Webster's.
Yeah.
Little challenge. So.
That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah. And do you want to open up anything else to show off? We're kind of winding down to our last couple minutes here.
Yeah, we did this yesterday.
Ooh, good. Good. We're switching back to you.
So, this is when we started with that yesterday. And we were playing with the colors and ultimately came up with this little beast, this beastie.
Yeah. May the fourth be with you, Spock. That's cool.
Yeah.
I really love those colors. So good stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll probably continue to work on this and other pieces. I think if people just follow you on Instagram, they can.
Yeah, I think with this one, if I do make adjustments to it, because this will fit a Facebook event timeline, which this is up on my Twitter. So if you guys want to use this for any watch parties you may want to do tomorrow, you can use that. But I would end up doing something like this, where it's my little R2. I'm gonna yank him down here.
Oh yeah.
And then you can go from there. Probably what I should have done for Twitter or for Instagram yesterday, but meh. Live and learn.
That's good. And what you could even do is move. That's R2D2?
Yeah.
Okay. Move him up, and you have watch party beneath R2D2.
That's a good one too.
So, fun stuff. It's looking good.
Yeah, so I just make like little adjustments there, and then I just have to make this a little longer so he doesn't... Ah, no, do not go out of the frame, R2. I don't want you going there. There. So I'd have to like adjust the stars and kind of pull them around, but it's a good...
Yeah, that actually, like, that looks really good. I like that there's some, like, breathing room around it.
Yeah.
It's nice. You know,
feels...
It's pretty structured, you know? Feels pretty good.
And it's not too heavy at the top, and it's not too heavy at the bottom. Like, it's balanced pretty well.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then, of course, we have what we were working on today, which I want to... Yeah, so this I can pull in and fill in my little letters here.
You have 2 minutes to do it, and you probably
That's when you don't close a line. So there's see.
Oh yeah.
Right there. I didn't close it.
You can adjust the tolerance a little bit, yeah. Or no, I don't know if you can.
No.
For the paint bucket.
I don't know, because I don't know if that would cause it to Well, it does. Let me see. Let's drop it down to 0 and see what happens. Okay, now let's see what it does if I... Nope, that didn't work.
No, that didn't. We're learning.
We learned a thing. This is what we do. We trial and error, and we make mistakes, and you can see us make mistakes in real time.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just showing you sometimes, like, maybe what not to do sometimes. And that can be as equally... equally as valuable. But again, Mel, you did a great job. Everybody, thank you so much for submitting your portfolios, because that's what we want, essentially. We're not looking for the best and latest, greatest. We're looking just for people who care, really.
Yes.
So, Shauna, any closing words? Did you enjoy your time here?
I had a fantastic time. I really did. I hope you guys did, too. I hope you had fun watching the whole process, and hope you learned things. Yeah, I guess the one thing I always tell people is just work hard, stay humble, and make great work.
Yeah,
so,
I'm into it. I like it.
Good. It's a good
and
thing
thank you
to
for
do.
Being such a talent and so humble and so chill and fun to have in the studio. So we appreciate it. We really do. So follow her. Follow Shauna Parmesan on all the social medias. Yes. ShaunaLynn.com.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for having me. This was a blast. I hope this isn't the last time.
Definitely not. You'll be lucky if we even let you go today. So,
yes.
But we do have Jesse Thomas, Taylor Crisdell up next. We're going to be doing some infographics. It's going to be really fun. So stick around, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.